G'day, guys, and welcome to the first episode of the Venture Beyond podcast. My name is Anthony, and I'm the founder and CEO of Hustle Holdings and Hustle Agency. And this podcast is just for people that want to hear all about the experiences of owning and running an agency and building products in a venture capital environment. Today, I'm here with our COO, who's also my brother, James. And today, we're going to talk about the first venture that we've launched, WP Native Apps. G'day, James.
G'day. All right, let's go.
So WP Native Apps is a software as a service platform that allows you to create a native application, and native being a mobile app built for iOS and Android, using your WordPress content, WordPress website, essentially, all the content, all the pages and everything else. And it wraps that WordPress website in a native set of code that makes the experience really, really impressive. It feels almost exactly like a native application, but it's achieved with all the content, all the beautiful experience that you've done on your WordPress site, and provides that in a much more cost-effective and easy to manage interface. So did I get that right? Do you feel like there's anything else to add?
Yeah, no, I think that kind of captures it, and I'll go through the plugin in more detail as I kind of demo it. Today, I want to run you guys through installing the plugin. We're going to use one of our clients, the Sector, to demo the plugin on, and just run through exactly how easy it is to set up. Like, it takes literally a matter of minutes. The output is really cool. So yeah, I think we'll kind of cover the key points. But did we want to start off just with a bit of background as to Hustle Holdings, why we're doing what we're doing?
Yeah, for sure. So with keeping a long story short, essentially
we've got 3 minutes.
Okay. I founded this agency back in 2012. Back then it was called Connected Apps. It was a very different business. We're now a digital agency that does full service digital ads, content creation, software development, et cetera, et cetera. And we got to this point late last year where we had a great business, and James being my brother and my partner, James and I were working through some really big challenges, some annoying situations that we got ourselves into, but completely defocused us from the mission. And the mission here in this agency is to build a great team with a great culture that has a set of capabilities that can really help us create products that are going to make a significant impact in the world. And we lost sight of the make products. Like, we really got to a point where we were so caught up in the minutiae of every day running an agency and chasing down opportunities for other people, which we don't have to get into big detail about, but chasing down opportunities that weren't our own opportunities and weren't creating value, long-term value for ourselves and for our team.
Yeah, we got distracted, and now really what's important is that we're refocused. We want to bring everything that we learn every day, all of the failings, all of the learnings from our agency, and push them into businesses that are going to be scalable, make an impact, and change industries, hopefully. And just long term, we're going to be the businesses that become our focus, and really a big game changers. So that's where we're at.
Exactly, because in 10 years, our goal is to be the people behind the CEO, not the CEO, which is going to help us increase our circle of influence and ultimately the long term win for how our careers progress. But all that aside, what we refocus to is being a company that is thinking very much about the idea of venturing beyond. That's a tagline, but it's also a part of our essential fabric, the people that we are. So what does venture beyond really mean to us? It means having passion for our work, being as healthy as we possibly can be, to make sure that we drive really effective outcomes for the people we work for and the projects that we build. And in that, generate wealth for ourselves and wealth for the client, and wealth for the end user. So in the case of WP Native Apps, enabling them to actually have an app for their business that is not exorbitant in price and delivers a lot of value. So wealth in general. which would ultimately long-term lead to happiness. It's essentially a flywheel that speaks to the things that are important to us as a culture in the business, and we hope will be a positive, virtuous cycle that leads to the outcome of us building great companies.
Yeah. Anyway, ding, 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 time's up. That's it in a nutshell. That's Venture Beyond and Hustle Agency, Hustle Holdings. And from here, we'll take it into an example of WP Native Apps, show you why we're so excited, show you what it actually looks like. And all right, cool. Let's start with this demo. I want to start off by introducing The Sector to you. The Sector is a media publications company in the early education industry. So they've got amazing articles that are super relevant to the industry and really large audience that they speak to every day. The jobs board has just been recently launched and has jobs that providers have posted to try and find candidates. So that's The Sector. What's really cool, just, all these functionality that I'm talking about become functionality in WP Native Apps. We've got news, jobs, events, learning, reports, marketplace, all of these things that are features that will then live in the app. Now, I just want to take you through what it looks like to install. And I've just got my laptop and I'm going to be able to create an app in about a few minutes. And I think that's pretty cool. So I'm just logging into the Sector Dev platform. So if you've had any experience in WordPress, this would be a pretty natural process for you. Cool. So I've just pressed add new on plugins. I'm going to search for WP Native Apps. That'll come up here. We're listed on the WordPress plugin directory, which is awesome. So I'm going to install that and activate the plugin. Now that we've activated, you'll see that WP Native Apps comes up on the left-hand side here. I'm just going to skip straight through to settings. So this is where we can modify the plugin settings to build an app. This app was already built, so it's populated already with all of the details, but I'll take you through each of the inputs. The app name, really simple. Obviously, this is what you want to call your app. This is a really cool feature we've created to hide website elements. For example, your header in a website is very much a website specific element and isn't something that you will see in native applications. If you were to open your phone and look at any app on your phone, you'll see that the navigation in an app is really different to the navigation in the same business's website. So we've created this feature where we can kind of hover, select an element, use these buttons to find the correct element that we're looking for and hide it. So it just pops and goes away. Same thing for the footer. We'd go in and do that. And then we've got this ability to hide anything else on the website that we don't want. For example, you don't want to show ads on the app, then you could go through and actually hide all of the ads that this sector has here. So I'm going to hide this and we can move forward. The splash screen, this is the screen that shows up the first thing when you open an app. I'm just going to kind of skip through these a little bit faster so that we can try and hit a timeline that makes sense for this video. What's really important and what I want to focus on in this video is the concept of navigation, app navigation. I've kind of alluded to that already, but this is what makes the app feel really native and is the true power of WP Native Apps, at least in terms of packaging your website into a mobile app. So there's a top bar color, which we've selected white here, a banner logo, icon color. So this is the icon that shows up in the top nav, and bottom bar colors as well. So once you've set the colors, you can come into the tabs and we can start to think about which pages we want to use in our navigation for our app. Now, this presents a lot of opportunity. If you think about any business, whichever business you are, if you're a food service business, you could have your menu, you could have your cart. In the case of the sector, you've got a few facets to the business. The business is primarily a news business. And so the homepage should go to the news. So we've uploaded a home icon and chosen the home page. So this populates with all of the pages in your WordPress environment. We've added the next tab as jobs. It's the second focus for the sector and should have its own environment within the app. We've chosen events and learning as the two next focuses for the bottom navigation. So you've seen here how, because we've uploaded these icons, selected the pages, they show up now in the bottom navigation. Now we move on to top nav. And so top nav is a configuration for each bottom nav in the app. The reason we've built it like this, if you were to open any application, do it right now. Open Instagram and go to the home feed. Have a look at the top of the page. I'll have a look now just to refresh my memory. but you'll see it's got the Instagram logo and it's got 3 buttons on the right. And then you got your stories and whatever else within the page content. If you click on search, you'll see the top navigation changes to a search bar. If you click on Reels, it changes again. Shop, it changes to the name of the page with a search bar and 2 icons on the right. Essentially, this is all contextual navigation. And that's what we've built here. We've given you options to be able to create contextual navigation for each page. So to configure the top nav, I'm going to do home first. We've selected here to have the logo at the top and icons on the right. We chose the account icon to be on the right, which links to the dashboard page. Moving on to jobs, we chose the option of left logo/text and hamburger menu on the right. So what that looks like is kind of similar to what the shop nav looks like in Instagram that I just mentioned. So chose to have the text jobs. The text would be on the left, and then we're going to have a hamburger menu. A hamburger is when you see these 3 bars and you click on it and kind of shows a pop-up window with more menu items. And then within the hamburger, we've created a few pages that we would want to see within the job tab. So for example, we've got list a job, search, reports, any other options. And we've got all of these top nav configurations for each of the bottom nav pages. Those are the fundamentals. There's one more tab here, which is the authentication. This allows you to select which page people log in from. This is only, if, for example, you would have opened apps before that just push you straight to log in. You need functions in the app to be able to use the business's kind of interface. One of our apps that we have on the App Store is Clip Assist. It's all about booking repairs for your car. You need to be a member, so you need to sign in. And this functionality forces them to sign into the app before using any of the functionality. So now that we've configured all of this, we can preview what the app looks like. We've created a unique QR code for each installation of WP Native apps. And we've got a previewer app that allows you to scan this QR code and see exactly what the app is going to look like on your phone. Okay, so we can open up the previewer app. When you open it, it's going to look like this. It's got a little carousel just kind of introing you into what the app does. And when you're ready, you can shake your phone and that'll open our QR code scanner. We scan the QR code and there you go. Here's our app for the sector. Now, what you're looking at here, I think, is pretty amazing. We've got an app that looks and feels like an app that you would download on the App Store that can be published to the App Store, that will be published to the App Store in a matter of 5 minutes and a few $100 sign-up fee. That's what we wanted to show you today. That's the long and the short of it.
Yeah, not to oversell it, but like seriously, it's exciting. Look at how accessible we've made mobile applications. We've built heaps of mobile applications in the agency, and generally they're worth tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, we've done a couple that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not accessible. That's not making apps available to every business. This is so accessible to the point where if you've got a WordPress website and there's like 1 billion of them in the world right now that are published on the internet, then you could have a mobile app for your business on the App Store and Google Play literally within a couple of hours being configured in the plugin, actually minutes even, and a couple of days of it being published to the store. So hugely excited. We're excited for you. We're very excited for us. We invite you to try it. And at this point, that concludes the first episode of the Venture Beyond podcast. And I think we did all right. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you.
Cheers.